There's a sight for a sore eye. Someone who looks like they can spill blood for a righteous cause. The Imperials have just about licked us. I've only got a few knights left who are fit to fight. I've had to recruit Bandari to defend the camp. Frankly, this place isn't easy to defend. It was originally just a little two-man outpost, here to guard the road. With enemies to the north and south, we decided to increase our presence here. Turns out that was a mistake. Damned garrison commander decided to stockpile extra weapons and food here too. So we wound up sitting on a bunch of supplies we couldn't protect. Most of it's gone now, though. If we're raided again, we might as well just retreat to Evermore. By St. Palin's beard. Of course there is. Biggest problem right now is the Bandari. I've got wounded knights, but my healers can't heal them without supplies. I know the Bandari are sitting on a bunch of poultices. They need to share. That's what I was hoping. Old Silverpaws over there is the one calling the shots for them. See if you can convince him to cough up some of those poultices. We've got lives on the line here. Try not to let that Bandari skeeve out of doing his part. Those damn cats have an excuse for everything. Of course not. The Knights of St. Pelin set up an outpost here to protect the trade routes. The Bandari's livelihood depends on us keeping Martyr's Crossing safe. We shouldn't have to pay them to help protect it. We have to figure out where they're coming from first. So far, the Imperials have been raiding at night. I sent scouts to try to track them, but they never came back. You think the supplies are all they wanted? Not a chance. Those fobbing bastards want to drive us out. They're trying to break...
You made certain.
Greetings. Normally, I would take pride in telling you that I am the most worldly Bandari merchant in old Tamriel. I would present you with a lavish display of the amazing variety of goods I have to offer, but I cannot do that today. Not everything, but I did see some of our goods in the last raid. Me and the other Bandari were busy helping the knights defend the barricades. We didn't see the Imperials slip into our tents and steal our most valuable possessions. Do they? Did Knight Commander Sherilyn send you over to ask this of me? Can she not even show Silverpaws the respect of asking herself? Of course not. Either way, we can spare no further supplies. We've given the Knights everything we can. I wonder what the Knights of St. Pelin would do if the scales were tipped the other way. Would they give up their supplies for a group of Bandari merchants? I won't have these knights' blood on my hands, though. I will take the high road. Well, there is a thing about the poultices. We do not have them just yet. The good news is that I had foreseen the need for them, so I sent our herbalists out to gather what they needed, but they haven't returned yet. I didn't want to concern you. I thought the herbalists would be back any minute now, but now that I think about it, they have been gone a long time. I hope nothing unfortunate has befallen them. They went up to the water. They needed a special algae from the lake. Don't tell anyone, but that's one of the key ingredients in the Bandari poultices. If something happened to them at the lake, though, I don't know.
I've never known fear like this.
Deep swimmer just went for one more dive. He came back to find this troll eating all his friends. Oh, praise the moons you came along. Did you come from the Martyr's Crossing? Ah, Silver Paws takes care of us. He would have been so proud of Deep Swimmer. We made all the poultices he asked for. But now, so many of us died. Silver Paws will be sad. Yes, they are needed, aren't they? Silver Paws knew they would be. The trolls were the only threat Deep Swimmer found here, though. He saw Imperials coming in on boats. This one agrees. If the way is clear, we will run then. We will...
Fear grips my heart.
This one thought we were troll food. Ah, Silver Paws takes care of us. Yes, they are... This one agrees. Run fast, friends. Follow Deep Swimmer. And don't drop any poultices.
You there. This one needs assistance.
The herbalists weren't lying, Knight Commander.
How do you know?
This one saw the Imperials with her own two eyes.
Headed towards the crossing? How many?
This one didn't count them, but there were many.
Time to make our stand then. Tell the other Bandari to be ready. St. Pellin's blood, I'm glad you're still here. Fobbing Imperials. I figured we had at least another day or two before they'd be back. The poultice has helped, but there's not a knight here who's ready for battle. They're here, and right now, I'm damn glad of it. The cats are all carrying Alessian bows too. I just hope those bows still shoot straight. Either way, their arrows will only do so much. If you're willing, I put you on the line too. The Imperials are coming from the lake, so the worst of it will be at the northeast gate. If you'll plant yourself there and keep them from getting by, we might just make it another day.
I had a feeling coming here.
You have seen that?
If it isn't the five-clawed walker who saved our herbalists, Crazy Eye is very impressed. Are you here to help me fight these dungy Imperial dogs? The worst, or the best, depending on your perspective, Walker. It's your turn to be impressed now. Crazy Eye has her new bow. Together, this one and you will make Imperial pie. Are you ready? Crazy Eye is always ready. Here they come! Ha ha! Here they come! Don't worry, Crazy Eye has your back.
Circle around!
Stand strong, Walker. Crazy Eye sees more Imperials coming. More coming. Come to Crazy Eye, you dungy shaved skins! They're turning back! Spotless fighting, Walker. Sharp claws!
Well, that went better than expected. Not one breach of our perimeter. Guess those Bandari are good at something more than just swindling. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. The Knights of St. Pellin are indebted to those cats. To you too. Now's our chance to end this, though. To make sure those raiders never show their faces here again. How would you feel about pressing our advantage? They're in retreat now, but they couldn't have pushed off from the shore yet. I say we burn their boats, or rather you burn their boats if you're up for it. That's what I like to hear. You like to fight, don't you? I get that. When I was younger, I felt much the same. Go burn the bastards' boats then. I'll say a prayer to St. Pellin for you, for all of us.
Being the only orc.
These are all the sup-
This region hasn't it?
Bandari scouts said they could see the flames from here. Let's celebrate! Actually, I hope you don't mind, but I went ahead and started celebrating. After everything that's happened here, I deserved a drink. Silverpaws did too. Yes, I think I judged the Bandari too soon. Silverpaws is actually quite a gentleman. Or is it a gentle cat? I just hope he doesn't expect me to pay for this mead. No way. This one's on the house, and by the house, I mean the Bandari.
More mages. That's it. We could do with more mages.
Glad to see a friendly face.
How it hurts.
I can't do my job. Not with all this going on. I know there's a war afoot and all that, but there's a problem here at the graveyard. The corpses are climbing out of their graves. I promise, this isn't my fault. I buried them all real good. No, I don't know nothing. I was just bringing Prince Adrian in here to lay him to rest in the royal crypt. But when these walking bones started popping up, I ran for it. I just left the prince's corpse laying out. But what was I supposed to do? It's up there a ways. Outside the royal crypt. One of the prince's knights stayed there to protect him. She can be noble if she wants, but I'd rather be alive. I do feel bad, though. That's why I was thinking maybe if I could find someone to help her. If you could find a way to get all those corpses back in the ground while you're up there, I sure would appreciate that. I can't make a living if I can't get into the graveyard. Died in a battle with the Reachmen, right there, with King Aemond. You have to feel for the queen. First she loses her daughter, then her husband, and her son. Prince Adrian deserves a proper burial. Just maybe after the graveyard's safe again.
The prince has risen. It's a miracle.
What's going on here? I don't understand any of this. Last thing I remember, we were fighting the Reachmen outside Northglen. I saw my father fall. I tried to get to him, and then everything went black. Dame Valeri tells me that we died? Then how am I having this conversation? I mean, I feel different. I don't even think my heart's beating, but do you think, am I undead? But then why am I not ambling about mindlessly trying to kill the living? Isn't that what the undead do? Dame Valeri says the gods have resurrected me, but why? Because of my bloodline? I'm sorry, this is just too much. I don't know. If the dead here are rising and this is the royal crypt, have any of my ancestors risen? Maybe they can give us some answers. Would you consider venturing into the royal crypt to find out? I know it's unlikely, but I'm hoping that if I'm alive, maybe my father is too. Maybe Dame Valeri is right. Maybe the gods are giving us a second chance. No. It's tradition for the kings of Evermore to be entombed at Bankerai Garrison, so they can protect our borders for all eternity. Dame Valeri says my father lies in state there even now. Unless he's been resurrected, of course. No, to be honest, I only know of the kings who've been entombed down at the garrison. It's the royal crypt, though, so surely someone from my family has been buried here. My poor mother. I didn't even think of it. But this must have been torture for her. But to hear that I've risen, would this be a relief to her or some kind of horror? Best to figure out what's happening here. And then I will go tell her myself.
I thought the gods had abandoned us, but I couldn't have been any more wrong. Akatosh, forgive my lack of faith.
The remains of the royal family have vacated this place. They return to the land of living to follow the anointed and to avenge their bloodline. Prince Adrian is the anointed. He too has been blessed to rise again. Arche himself, of course. His church sits nearby. These grounds are consecrated in his name. This was foreseen. Death denied the prince from defeating Evermore's enemies, but the anointed shall now command an army of the dead. A mortal cannot hope to understand the will of the divine. You must simply tell him to trust the power with which he is imbued. His destiny will unfold as he trusts his instincts.
Whatever was in the royal crypt, at least it doesn't appear to have been lethal. Tell me, though, did you learn anything? Any explanation for my unexpected return to life? Then the gods do want something of me. I guess it's a second chance. A chance to redeem my father, myself. To get revenge. It truly is a miracle, then. I could lead the undead here to defeat the Reachmen. Why else would they have brought me back? It's all starting to make sense now. This is my destiny. Our army of the living was defeated, but my army of the dead will prevail. I don't know for certain, but when you said it, something about it just feels right. Did this voice in the crypt say anything else? That seals the deal, then. We should make preparations. I'm feeling stronger by the minute. Dame Valyria is just over there trying to figure out where the undead are coming from. Tell her what you told me.
There you are. I was beginning to worry. It seems that more and more of the dead are rising every minute. Did you learn anything in the crypt? Really? Maybe he's right, talking about an undead army. But if this is his army, why are they hostile? We might have to earn their allegiance. Have you seen these blue flames in the ruins? I think they're somehow inciting the undead to violence. I do. I tried holy water on one and it seemed to do the trick. If you'll take it and extinguish a few more flames, that may help pacify the undead. After that, let's meet at the monument south by the rocks. I saw someone skulking around over there. It's a priest of Arche, but something's wrong with him. He's just completely ignoring me. I'm not sure how I might have offended him, but if the blessing on Prince Adrian comes from Arche, the priest should be able to help us. I think he's had ample time to pray at this point. With all due respect to him and to the gods, we need answers here. Will you at least see if he'll talk to you?
O divine Lord, protector of the eternal balance between life and death, I beseech you, remove this dark curse from your sacred grounds. Shh! Or do you revel in the defilement of sacred law? These burial grounds are cursed, and I am pleading with Arche to reveal the source of the corruption. Unless you know the source, please, let me be. It did? That would be quite a surprise, considering Arche is opposed to undeath in all its forms. Do you think the god simply changed his mind? Why would he possibly do that? The prince has risen as well? This scenario grows more foul by the hour. What befell King Aemond and his son was tragic, but I cannot imagine it so offends Arche that he would break the natural order. I don't know. I should see Prince Adrian. That's the only way to ascertain if he's truly touched by the god. In the meantime, it might help me to commune with Arche if we stopped the dark spirits from defiling the other monuments. No. Your impatient friend here can escort me to the prince. I need your help with the spirits defiling the monuments. Destroy the defilers, and then I will have the clarity I need. After that, meet me at the church, and we can discuss the prince.
Why do you fear me, priest? Is it because I can control what you cannot?
Your Highness, I'm sure he means no offense. Please, calm yourself.
As long as he treats me with the respect I deserve, we won't have a problem.